Hey guys, hello, welcome. I'm so excited to see you. I get to be in the studio today. As you see, we're going to do a kind of broadcast or a repeat broadcast of the hip all level flow I started on Friday because we had some technical difficulties. And so if you were participating in that, and got through. I think we made it to about the 20-minute mark. It'll be somewhat familiar, and then we'll continue on. So you guys get the full benefit of the hour of moving through a flow that focuses on opening those hips and releasing a lot of the tension we have a tendency to store down in our lower body, especially if we're sitting a lot right now, working from home or working at a computer. So I want to read you guys the same quote that I read on Friday because it's super near and dear to my heart right now. I feel like it's very applicable to our situation in the world at this time. So again, it's by the poet Butterflies Rising, and the quote is, "This world will get heavy, but stay unshaken in the pursuit of light." So whenever we're on our mats, that's one thing I love to kind of have the mindset of pursuing light and pursuing the light and energy we get from yoga while we're practicing. So if you guys would like to join me, just like on Friday, I went ahead and had us start on our backs. So we can do that once again. We can have those knees bent, our legs extended. That's 100% up to you, but I encourage you to keep those palms open and up. By opening those hands, making sure those arms and hands are relaxed, we're signaling our body to be open and relaxed as well. Find our breath, taking a deep inhale through the nose. And then creating that ujjayi hiss or ha as we exhale. Wonderful job. We'll do that again. Inhaling. Allowing that mind to kind of be clear. Each inhalation and exhalation, imagine that we're kind of wiping the slate clean, allowing our focus to be on the here and the now. Wonderful job, guys. Let's start to bring that right knee into our chest and I'll hold it nice and close. Big, deep inhalation. And then exhale. Let's let that hip open to the right. You're welcome to extend that leg and reach for those toes if you'd like. Just kind of a modified version of that. And on our next inhale, we'll return that leg to the center and then let it fall across our body. I'm going to extend my right hand out just to balance that body out, keeping the shoulders and upper back down on the mat. Again, I don't have a lot of room right next to the wall, but you can also extend that leg out here as well. Let's come back to center. Now, before we switch to our opposite side, I'm going to bend my opposite knee. I'm going to extend this leg up. I want to just flex that ankle so we have a real active leg here. And we're going to actually take that foot, we're just going to rotate it out. So what we're doing is we're taking that entire leg, we're externally rotating it, and then we're bringing it back to center. Okay, we're going to externally rotate, opening that hip up, and back to center one more time. And back. Beautiful job, guys. Let's do the opposite side. Left knee into our chest. Deep breath in here. And then exhaling, letting that leg open. Keeping that right hip down. On the next inhale, bring it back to center once again. Exhaling, letting that leg fall. Feeling that nice kind of hip stretch on that outside of that leg. Good work, guys. Bring it back to center. Perfect. And just like before we release this leg, we're going to extend that foot up into the air. Nice flexed ankle, active leg here, and we're going to externally rotate by turning that foot out and back in. Good job again. Out and back in. Feel that femur rotate and bringing it back. Good work, guys. Perfect. Let's bring both knees into the chest now. Take a happy baby if you'd like, reaching for the outside of the foot or the ankles, extending up. Light rock. Good. Releasing back to a double knee chest stretch. Now we're going to stand our backs just a little bit longer. Normally we'd start transitioning upright at this point, but I want to take some time to take that right ankle over our left knee. Because we're going to be doing so much in the hips, I want to start with the reclining pigeon pose. So laying on our back, we're going to pull that opposite bottom leg in towards the chest. Feeling that stretch on the outside of the hip here. Good job, guys. Again, really try to release with nice, deep, long exhalations into this pose. I know sometimes it can feel a little uncomfortable. The hips don't release very quickly usually. Even maybe rock side to side just a little bit as we hold. Good work, and we'll start to slowly release. We'll do that same stretch opposite side now. Again, keeping that lower back nice and flat on the mat, reaching, pulling that bottom leg in towards our chest. Feeling that stretch on the outside of the hip. Settling in, relaxing all the other areas of your body, your neck, your shoulders. Trying not to hold hidden tension in unnecessary places. Okay, guys, let's start. Releasing that down to the mat. Following that beautiful warm up, we can roll to our side, push that ground away because we're going to enter our lotus pose here. So we're going to take a cross-legged position, and that's up to you how much you want to fold in. You can leave those knees out in front of you. You're always welcome to use blocks if the knees are up high, kind of underneath to support your body. So always have those handy. But from our lotus pose, I want us to go ahead, just start to let the body act almost like a weight, kind of collapse down over those legs. Good. There you go. And one more breath here. Slowly start to walk it back upright. I'm going to do a little spinal twist. I'm going to take my right hand behind, left hand on top of that right knee, opening that chest up towards the front of your mat, and then we'll do the same thing opposite side. Now, before we stand up here, I want us to actually do a hip exercise from being seated on our mat. So you can say I just unfolded my top leg, and I'm going to place it so that the inside of my foot is right against the back of my mat, and I'm going to bring my shin so that the right leg, the shin is parallel to that long part of my mat. Okay? So from here, I'm going to just lift that foot nice and high and let it set down. Lift. Good. And lower. So if you can see, what we're doing is we're actually internally rotating the hip every time we lift that foot. We're letting this whole part of that upper leg roll inward. Okay? You want to try to do this exercise unsupported, meaning we're not like touching our mat. You can lift those hands just like I did. Just going back and forth. Good job. 2 more. Last one. Perfect. Let's pull that leg back. Place it back into our lotus pose, opposite side. Making sure those feet are all adjusted, and then we're going to lift and lower. So what you may notice, and what I always kind of point out on me, is I have a tendency for my right hip to be way tighter, and you see how much less lift I can get on this leg when I'm doing it just with my muscles. So it's something to be aware of, like see how balanced your hips actually are. If you notice one side, you're really struggling, maybe you want to get a little support on the mat. Again, it's always good to be aware, see how balanced your body is. 2 more. Whew. Good, and we'll pull it back to center. Whew. Good work, guys. Again, let's open up. Right, and then left. And then we'll unfold those legs. And let's roll into kind of a forward fold. Just starting to kind of walk out, lengthening those hamstrings. Again, if at any point you're in a forward fold and your body just feels super tight, you can always use that block to support your body rather than really having to reach for the floor. Wonderful job. And then from that forward fold, let's just roll up really slow, taking our time, and finally finding ourselves in Tadasana, mountain pose. Going to move us to the front of our mat. Perfect. Let's move through a sun salutation A as our warm-up. Big deep breath in. First warm-up for movement. Now that we're standing, we're going to do a beautiful exhalation with the swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, stepping or hopping back. Lowering all the way to the mat. Inhaling into our upward dog or cobra. Listening to your body on these first movements as we exhale into our down dog. Walking that down dog out. Good. Let's pause, even our feet out in our down dog. We're going to let those hips fall to the right side of our mat. So I'm going to lift my heels. I'm going to point those heels at that right side of my mat and really let those hips drop. Can you guys see that? I'm letting those hips really tilt down. Good. Then I'm going to come back to center. Lift those heels, point them in the opposite direction. Same thing. And coming back to center. Wonderful work, guys. So we're back in our down dog. Guys are going to lift to our hands, stepping or hopping forward, forward fold. On our inhale, we reach up. So let's do that one more time. From Tadasana, exhaling here, hands up heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, stepping or hopping back, lowering down, taking your back bend. Exhaling back, down dog. Wonderful work, guys. So, from this down dog, let's keep those hips centered and square. Let's reach up with our right leg, three-legged dog. We're going to bend that knee, draw a big circle with that knee, opening those hips up. Let's do it 2 more times. Notice I'm moving really slow and deliberately. Breathing through that circle. On that last circle, we're going to pull that knee into the chest, planting that foot, releasing that back knee to the mat. So we're in kind of a lizard pose. I'm going to let that become kind of an open lizard here. Good. And what I love to do in open lizard is I love to make that motion dynamic. So I let ourselves kind of draw a circle with that knee. And then following this path of the knee, we'll let it come back to our center. We'll release into sleeping lizard. If you'd like, you may want to use a block to kind of hold between your hands or to release those elbows onto the block, depending on your flexibility. Breathing through that stretch. We feel that stretch in the inside of the legs, in the outer hip, that hip flexor. Stretching all those good areas of the body. Good. As I exit this kind of sleeping lizard, we'll release that block off to the side. I do want to take a reach back. If you're able to reach for that foot, we're going to grab that toe, get a little extra stretch, do the quadricep muscle here, and then release right back. Good. We're going to step back to down dog. If you'd like, you can do your vinyasa. Wonderful job. We'll do that same sequence opposite side. We'll move our hip circles into our lizard. So let's take that left leg nice and high, three-legged dog, hips square. And so we bend that knee and start those circles. 1, 2, and 3. Stepping forward, pulling that knee into the chest. Before we plant that left foot, releasing that right knee down to the ground. Let's start with that open lizard. Again, getting some movement if that feels good. Alright, starting to release down to the mat once that knee is back centered over that heel. Again, using your blocks if you need them. Breathing through the stretch. 2 to 3 breaths. Hips really start to release into the stretch with each exhalation. We'll start to exit, getting that block aside. And then from here, let's take that left hand up, nice and high, big reach back, begin to find, there we go, that left foot, or sorry, right foot. Feeling that stretch, maybe letting it be a little dynamic if you want to move that foot closer and farther away before we release back again. Big reach up, Hands can be placed on the inside of the foot so we get that back foot underneath us. Then we'll go from our runner stretch to our down dog. Taking that vinyasa if you'd like. Good work, guys. So we're back in our down dog. We're going to once again take that right leg up, three-legged dog. Bend that knee. Let's take open scorpion dog first. And then take a big circle with that hip. Back into our open scorpion dog. There we go. Good job. And then as we step forward, we're going to take our first pigeon pose. Again, since we're stretching our hips, this is one of those go-to hip stretches. This position is something we'll take a few times today. But as you can see, I'm upright right now. Really settling in, letting that body kind of lengthen out. Letting those hips really start to sink down towards the mat. Once you've settled in, if you'd like to take sleeping pigeon as well, you can start that walk out. We are going to take a full 5 breaths from our still pigeon pose. Wherever you want that to be, so in 5 breaths. Wonderful job. Now I'm not releasing pigeon quite yet, but I am sitting myself back upright, just like we did for lizard. If you'd like to get a little bend in that back knee, reaching back for that. Now, as I release and bring that arm back down, my chest is squared at the mat, but I am going to allow my hip to kind of touch down, and I'm going to allow myself to roll onto that right hip. Normally in pigeon pose, we intentionally try to stay square. We're going to let that right hip roll onto the mat because we're going to pull that left leg forward. Okay? Then we're going to put it back. We're going to roll back to center. Good. And then roll off that hip, pull that leg around, and back out. If you want to try to do this with no hands, what's really great to do is you can kind of hold a block. Good. You can pull that leg around, that block extended. And open into that pigeon. Let's do that one more time. This time, though, watch. We're going to take half Navasana. And then we're going to set that right leg down. We're going to take it back and open back into pigeon. Again, half Navasana. You don't have to use that block, but it can be kind of a fun prop to add. So just keep that in mind. Last time, as we go back, I'm going to set that block down, get my hands underneath me, push that ground away so I can step back out of that pigeon pose to down dog. I'm guessing you can really feel the difference between those hips at this point. So feel free to kind of walk it out or take a vinyasa if you'd like. We do that nice long sequence on the opposite side. Here we go. Left leg goes up once again. If you remember, we start three-legged dog, nice square hips. Bend that knee, open scorpion dog. We're going to draw one big circle with that knee. Good. Before we step forward, laying that foot across our mat, or that foot and leg across our mat. Upright pigeon pose. And take your time to adjust here. Again, no need to be perfect the first time you step back. You need to bring that foot in or out. You want to slowly kind of walk that leg out so you can sink a little deeper. Once you're settled, we're going to take that sleeping pigeon. Again, 5 breaths once you're still. Beautiful job. Let's start to awaken out of that sleeping pigeon posture. Push that ground away, just like we did in lizard pose at this point. You want to take that back leg, bend that knee, reaching back, opening that heart center across our body. Good. And then, kind of from this position, if you want to start and allow that left hip to just roll onto that mat, and we'll pull that right leg forward and bring it right back. Good. Again, using that block as our aid if we want. Roll, pull that leg around, and back. So this is a wonderful drill to not only work on hip flexibility, but hip strength, because you should be able to feel, especially if you're not using your hands, having to use that glute muscle to roll back onto kind of that squared center hip position. Let's take half Navasana, half boat pose at a time. Good. And back. Make sure you're breathing through these exercises. Beautiful. Inhale in that half boat. Exhale. Release down. We'll do it one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good work. From this pigeon, I'll set my block down if you were using it. Set it aside. Hands come on either side of that front foot. Back to underneath us. Push that ground away. Stepping back to our down dog. And take that vinyasa if you'd like. Great work, guys. From here, I'm going to take my right leg up, step it forward. We're going to keep both feet planted, runner stretch, lifting into warrior one. Let's exhale into our warrior two, our first standing sequence. We've been down on our mat a lot today, so it should feel good to be on those feet. Inhale, reach back. Reverse warrior. Exhaling back to warrior two. Now we're just going to transition to the back of our mat. So I'm going to take my feet, point them towards the long direction of my mat. Left foot's going to go forward, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Good, back to warrior two. To warrior one. Good, let's go back, warrior one to warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Turn those feet, front of our mat, starfish pose. Right foot's gonna once again face what we're calling traditionally the front of our mat. Bending that knee, inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two, good work. Inhale, warrior one. Perfect. Let's release all the way down, stepping back The down dog. We'll do it one more time. If you'd like, you can always fill this space. Our vinyasa flow. Before we take that left leg up nice and high, step it forward, planting it, warrior one, and again, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, back to warrior two. Let's turn those feet. Beautiful inhale before we exhale, warrior two, facing the opposite direction. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, warrior one, or reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Straighten those legs. Rotate to the front of your mat once again. Last time, reverse warrior. Warrior two. Warrior one. Wonderful job. Let's go ahead, release those hands down to that mat. Stepping back, taking down dog or our vinyasa. Wonderful work, guys. Let's step or hop to the front of our mat. Good. Forward fold here. Let that head kind of shake side to side. Crown of the head pointing down. No tension in that neck. Let's make sure our chest is getting as close as we can get it to our legs. If that means we bend those knees just a little bit, that's fine. Good work. And when you're ready, deep breath in, reaching up. And to heart center. Okay, good work. So we're going to go ahead and start our next sequence. Let's lower ourselves all the way to the mat. And I'm going to drop my hips down. Extending my left leg out, keeping my right knee bent here. So I'm going to reach for that foot. Nice stretch through that active leg on my left side. Now, when we work our hips, we're not just, again, working flexibility, we're also always working strength. And sometimes the strength in our hips also comes from strength in our abdominals. So I want you guys to think not only about using those outer hips here, but also using that abdominal strength. So I'm going to sit myself upright, belly's nice and tight, left hand is going to be down, or the hand on the side of the leg that's straight is going to be down. I'm going to reach for that foot or ankle, and I'm going to push that ground away. I'm going to lift. Good. Pull that stomach tight. And then, as I slowly sit back down, I want us to come either to half navasana or low boat. Okay? And then we're going to do the other side. So, opposite knees bent. I'm going to reach, for that foot. No. Push that ground away. And hold that belly tight. Slowly set that foot down. And again, release to low boat. Let's do it back and forth. Here we go. We're going to reach and lift. Really work to push that body as high as we can get it before we take low boat again. Opposite side. Push that ground away. Grab that foot. Lift, 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 lift. Good. Slowly lower. Control, control, control. We're going to do one more time, either side. There we go. Reach for that foot. Push that ground away. Holding here. Good job, guys. Last one. And there we go. Push that ground away as we reach for that foot. Hold, hold, hold. I hope your abdominals as well as those hips are definitely working. Now, as we sit, of course, I can add to this. So I'm going to go back to my low boat. Again, you can always keep a foot down in low boat if that's challenging for your lower back. But let's take that position. Reach for that foot. Push that ground away. Pull that knee into the chest. Kick it back. So we're in runner's stretch. Very good. We're going to slide that leg forward. Kick it out. Back to our low boat. You guys with me? Good work. Hopefully you're feeling this. Here we go. Grab that foot. This is that same motion we just learned, only now we're going to pull that knee in, kick that foot back, runner's stretch. Good job. Kick it through. Set it down. Half boat, low boat, whatever you need. Let's do it again. It goes down. I'm going to reach for that foot with my right hand. Push that ground away. Step it back. This time, let's take our runner stretch to a standing crescent lunge. 2 breaths here. Before I release down, back to my runner stretch. Back to pushing that ground away, letting that left leg extend all the way through as I release my hip down to that little boat. You guys are doing amazing. You're staying with me. Last time, sorry, opposite side. Here we go. Reach, pull that leg through, kick it back, runner stretch to standing crescent lunge. Another deep inhalation and exhalation. Really feel that stretch on that front hip flexor before we release down. Runner stretch, pull that back leg through. Good work. Release, low boat. You guys got this. Hold. Last breath. And let's release lower back, upper back, everything to the mat. Double knee to chest stretch. Wonderful job, guys. This is our recovery pose. Good work. Okay. So from our back then, we're going to actually roll onto our side. So I'm going to face you guys for both of these sides of our body because I don't want to have to roll to the other side and face away from the camera. But I'm going to line my back up with the back side of my mat. Those of you who know me may know what we're doing next. So that my shins are in line with the front of my mat, then I have a 90-degree angle, and my back's in line with the back of my mat, and my hips are just stacked. So imagine like we could put, kind of like draw a line straight through our hips, and it'd go right through the center. Because from here, we're going to lift nice and high, and we're going to lower, and we're going to lift, and we're going to lower. Good job. 5 times, inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling. Last one. Now I'm just going to straighten that leg out so my knees are still stacked. I'm going to lift, I'm going to lower. Good job. Lift, lower, lift, lower. 2 more. And notice I haven't completely released my hip at any point. Meaning I haven't let this leg just drop and rest. Once it's up, I'm just going to kick it back, back, like I'm tapping. Tap, 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 tap. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that knee to knee, toe to toe. Good. Knee to knee, toe to toe. Knee to knee, toe to toe. Almost done. 3, 2. Good. Feeling that outside of the hip, hopefully. 1. Good. And release. Perfect, guys. So again, we're using that entire kind of like deep side glute muscles to do this correctly. So to get to my other side, I'm going to just roll. Again, positioning stays the same. Hips are at the back of my mat. I have that nice straight line, 90 degrees. Shins are right along the front of my mat. I'm going to lift and lower. Notice I'm not rolling. I'm not lifting back. I'm just lifting up and down, up and down. Good. Up and down. Keep it going. 2 more. Good. Once I'm up, I'm going to straighten that leg, lower it down. So see how my knees are still staying right on top of each other? Up and down, up and down, up and down. Good. Lift and lower, lift and lower. 2 more. Feeling it in the outer hip and glute. Last one. Good. So now I'm going to keep that leg elevated. I'm going to tap it back. Tap, 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 tap. Notice I'm not getting it super, super high. Good work. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. And knee to knee. Point that foot up, toe to toe. Because we're internally rotating here as we go knee to knee. We're externally rotating as we go toe to toe. So we're really working all the directions for the hips here. What we want. Good. Knee to knee, toe to toe. Knee to knee, toe to toe. Almost done, guys. 3. Hopefully you're feeling those hips work. Last one. All the way through to the toe. Perfect. And we'll lower those hips down. Let's roll onto our hands and knees. From here, nice wide knees. Let's step back. Child's pose. Good work, guys. You need to kind of shift those hips side to side. Feel free to do so. 3 breaths here. Good work. From child's pose, we'll take down dog. From that down dog, if you'd like to add a vinyasa, feel free. Good work. So from our down dog, let's take our right leg up nice and high. Let's pull that knee into our chest, planting that foot, lifting up. Warrior 1. Warrior 2 on our exhale. Good work. Inhale, reverse warrior, just like before. But then on our exhale, let's take extended side angle. Reaching forward first with that chest open. Eyes looking up. And then we'll separate those hands, right hand going down, left hand going up. Good. Let's go ahead and lift from there. Back to warrior 2. And then I love to do a nice like cartwheel arm. So like you reach all the way up. Up, 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 up. Let that left hand be leading. Back heel can lift. Release that left hand to the mat. Right hand extends up. Reverse side angle. Or revolve, sorry, side angle. Good work. And let's come out of that the same way we entered. Back to warrior two. So we'll come to that on the opposite side, but before we do that, let's come to our starfish pose. So we're just arms extended, legs extended, knees nice and straight. Let's walk those feet in just enough to be able to sit into a comfortable goddess pose. Okay, I'm going to keep my hands extended. Really think about kind of tucking that tailbone underneath, letting those hips sink down. Good. And as I reach up, I want us to think about really tucking that tailbone underneath and then letting those hips kind of roll behind us. So I'm going to turn to the side so just so you guys can see. So see how here I'm going to tuck underneath, and then I'm going to let them roll back, kind of creating that arch in my lower back. Tuck. Good. And roll. Tuck. And roll. Let's do two more. You guys keep moving. Tuck underneath and roll it back. Last one. Tuck underneath. Tight, tight stomach. And let those hips roll back. Good job. I'm going to let those hands come back out. Straighten those legs up. Good work. Let's go ahead. Return to that forward facing position. Release those hands down. Step it back to down dog or vinyasa. Before we do our opposite side, left leg goes up, pull that knee into the chest, planting that foot, warrior one. Exhaling, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhaling back to warrior two. Then we'll take that extended side angle, left elbow resting, not on the knee, but on like the inside of the knee. So we're not like bracing ourselves or resting our body weight on that knee, but we're reaching forward. Eyes are looking up through that upper arm. And on our next exhalation, let's separate those hands. Left hand goes down, right hand goes up. And I want to really work on lunging forward, dropping that hip. And we'll slowly lift up, back to warrior two. Good job. From here, let's cartwheel those arms, letting that front arm drop, back arm reach forward. Keeping that lunge, releasing that right hand down, revolve side angle. Notice how I'm trying to keep that back leg straight and long as I open that chest up, eyes up. And then let's revolve that, or not revolve that, reverse that. So the same way we kind of entered, if you can, we exit. Good. And then I want to do a second round of our goddess poses. So see, I'm facing away from you guys right now. Once again, I'm going to come to you from the side. We're going to walk those feet in, drop those hips. Again, a good solid goddess squat, and that can be as low as is comfortable for you. Once those hands are up, we can start to tuck those hips. Good, and then unroll. Tuck and roll. Good. Again, so much of our hip movement is dependent on our abdominal strength, so you should feel those abdominals really working to tuck those hips. Two more. Last one. Good, straighten up. We're in that nice straight pose before we once again return to warrior two. And then warrior one. Good work, guys. Hands come down, stepping back. Down dog. So impressed with you guys today. Hopefully those legs are definitely feeling the work you've done. Let's lift our eyes to our hands, step our hop forward. And we'll enter that forward fold. Inhale, big reach up. Good. I'm going to move us to the middle part of our mat. At this point, we're going to take our balance pose. We're going to bring our right knee into our chest, and we're going to cross that ankle right across the top of our opposite knee. From here, let's sit back into our chair pose. From here, hands can be at the heart center, or they can be extended up. But I just want to make sure we're really working on flattening that lower back. Still feeling that beautiful openness in those hips that we've created from this long class. I'm going to even kind of straighten those legs out, move into a forward fold so that I'm reaching for either a block or the ground. Leaving that leg where it is. A flying pigeon is something you guys are working on. You can always kind of enter it from this position. And if that's something you're not quite comfortable in or familiar with, even just like learning to kind of take a little bit of weight into the hands. Here you see how my ankle is really wrapping around that tricep to kind of lock it in. And even if you're not fully flying, but you're just like working on getting that foot off the ground, it's a wonderful place to start, especially when those hips are as open as they are, or should be after this class. So I'm going to return once again where I started, and we'll do that opposite side, okay? Beautiful work. Walk it out if you need to. Same thing, opposite side. Let's take that left ankle right over that right knee, and I can even face you guys so you can see different direction. Settling in to that chair pose. And starting that straightening of that right leg. Work. And then again, if you'd like to take that flying pigeon or just work on building that strength, working on locking that ankle in. You're at home, you can always place like a bolster or a pillow in front of your face. That's something that you're relatively new to practicing. And regardless of where you're at, let's slowly just make our way back to our standing Tadasana. Beautiful work, guys. Let's take one more big reach up, deep breath in. And this time as you exhale, I'm going to sit and lower my chair pose all the way down to the mat. Good work. From here, as I lower my hips down, or lower my lower back and spine to the mat, my feet are going to stay nice and wide. Knees are bent. I'm going to allow just a little bit of hip movement here. We're going to fall to the left and to the right. If there's any remaining stretches that you know your body could benefit from, feel free to take them now. But otherwise, begin that transition from movement to that stillness that we experience in Shavasana, both for the physical body as well as for the mind. As you extend out, your body get nice and still, but the mind becomes still and quiet as well. Slowly begin that transition out of the stillness of Shavasana, the movement back to the body very gradually, starting with the fingers and the toes, the hands and the feet, and the movement to that entire body by maybe taking a big step in, reaching up. And on the exhale, let's kind of roll onto your side. You can even leave that bottom arm extended to act kind of as a pillow. And 2 more breaths here. And then following that second exhalation, we can begin to push that down to waist, get ourselves up, keeping that stillness in the mind, especially taking lotus pose, eyes closed, palms open and up. We take this next breath in together. Breathe in this breath as a thank you to our body for doing all this good work for us. Exhaling nice and slowly that gratitude out into the space around you. Again, breathing in. And a thank you to the mind for being willing to be still and quiet for you. Exhaling once again that gratitude around you. And as we breathe in, this final time as a group and as a class, let's reach up. This inhale is always a thank you to the heart. Exhaling out, bringing those hands to heart center. Well, I'm so glad I got to do a full hip class with you guys as always. I hope you are staying healthy and well, and remember to always stay unshaken in the pursuit of light. As always, namaste, guys. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Sunday? Yes, I think so. Okay. Oh, and I'm so excited to see so many of you guys joined. It always makes me so happy. Okay, stay healthy, guys. I'll see you soon. Okay, and